This will cost you a lot of money. I'm not talking about the €5 for your next Starbucks coffee or your Netflix subscription. I'm talking about the 7 worst financial decisions you can make. If you make these mistakes, oh boy, your priorities are in the wrong place, my friend. Because these mistakes can potentially destroy your entire financial future, but you might not see it until it's too late. What are these 7 financial decisions exactly? I'll tell you in this PerFinEx video. There's 2 ways to make a decision, financial or any other decision in life, with your brain or with your stomach. And if you start making impulse decisions with your stomach, you are setting yourself up for a financial disaster. In German, we have the perfect saying for this. Hin und her macht Tasche leer. That basically means that you do something today with your money and something else tomorrow, until your pockets are completely empty. Think of all the people that invested in NFTs a couple of years ago. A recent study from CoinMarketCap looked at more than 70,000 NFT collections and found that just 2 years after some of them sold for millions of dollars, 95% of them are worthless. 0. And even the top collections are worth $5 up to $100 now. Especially when it comes to investing. Making impulse decisions is incredibly bad when you sell out of fear or buy out of FOMO, the fear of missing out or the next hyped up investment. If you buy low and sell high, you make yourself rich. If you buy high and sell low, you make someone else rich. We see this in meetings with you guys all the time, that some of you did something here and something there, but there's no clear strategy behind it, and your entire financial situation as a whole does not work well with each other at all. And if you don't want to make the same mistake, you can book a free meeting with us right here, and then we can see together how we can improve your financial future. Making the wrong investments is bad, obviously, and not having the right insurances is equally bad. You just don't see it until it's too late. Insurance is not a fun topic, I get it, and that's why you want to delay it as much as possible, which usually means until it's too late. But please don't do this to yourself. Everyone is different, so everyone needs different insurances. But get at least these 4 must-have insurances. Health insurance is mandatory here in Germany anyway, so everyone has to have it. And if you're self-employed or earn more than 69,300 euros a year as an employee, you can decide for yourself if you want to be a member of the public health insurance or the private health insurance. With a salary lower than that, you are forced into the public health insurance. We have an entire playlist on health insurance in Germany that will help you make the right decision. And we also have some videos about the liability insurance. This one is not mandatory by law, unlike health insurance, but still highly recommended because you are liable for any third-party damages that you do, no matter how much money it is. So one small mistake can destroy your entire financial existence. Very similar to the disability insurance. A lot of people seem to think that the government will pay for their life if they cannot work anymore. But that's not true. So if you're not financially free already and have to work for a living, the disability insurance is another must-have. Just like the legal insurance that will help you get your right if you cannot pay for a lawyer or the court yourself. These are the general must-have insurances in my opinion. Aside from that, there can also be other mandatory insurances like a dog liability insurance or the financial liability insurance that PerFinEx has, for example. And if you're the only bread earner in your family and you might have a mortgage to pay, a term life insurance can't hurt either. Get these insurances before it is too late. And if we can help you with that, then you can book a free meeting with us with the link in the description. The next financial decision is one that almost every one of you guys will face at some point in your life. Do you keep on renting or do you buy a home? As we are in the business of making the most of your money, we are no fans of buying homes at all because homeowners get absolutely 0 tax benefits here in Germany, and we make no secret about that one. Especially when it comes to buying the wrong home. What do I mean by that? Generally speaking, buying a home is a hole with no bottom. You will have to put money into this hole for the rest of your life, even if you paid off your mortgage, because there's insurance, property taxes, upkeep, renovations, so much that you have to pay aside from your mortgage, which people usually ignore. And this is exactly the problem that leads to making bad decisions. Some make decisions because you want your own roof over your head. And if you want to see the biggest hole that I've ever seen, where a couple got in head over heels, here's a video that will make clear that your home is a liability and not an asset. And if you ask me what the path to financial success is, it's buying assets instead of liabilities, because assets make you money, while liabilities cost you money. And that's why I continue renting, even though you might think that rent is a waste of money. But if you really want to live in your own home, go ahead and spend your money however you like it. It's yours. You earned it. So spend it however you see fit. Other people buy expensive cars or other liabilities, so you can go ahead and buy a home if you really want. But please, stay within your budget and don't spend 50% of your income on the mortgage. That is way too much. If you buy a property, either a home or an investment property, you probably need a mortgage either way. Nothing wrong with that. I got mortgages too. But anything else other than a real estate or a business loan, consumer loan, dispo from your bank, payday loan, stay away from it. Here's a little example for you how much personal loans will kill your financial well-being without you noticing it. A while ago, someone reached out to us with more than 120,000 euros in personal loans, which I didn't even think was possible to get 12 different personal loans from 9 different banks. That alone blew my mind. Now the interest rates range anywhere from 3% all the way up to 12%, which means this guy pays 8,516 euros every single year in interest alone. And this doesn't even account for the principal to pay back the loans. That is more than 700 euros a month other people can invest, while he has to pay interest to the banks. He is making the banks rich, not himself. So, if you have a personal loan as well, track your expenses and cut them back. I know it's tough, but this is the only solution. Because 700 euros a month invested, instead of paying that in interest, would be 120,000 euros in 10 years, almost 360,000 euros over 20 years, and over 820,000 euros over 30 years. And if this is not enough motivation to get rid of your personal loans if you have any, I don't know what is. I think I know where all these personal loans come from. It might be because someone tried to look rich instead of being rich. This comes back to our impulse decisions we talked about earlier on. Do you buy stuff that you really do need? Like pants, for example. Would be a little weird to walk around with no pants. Outside of your home at least. Inside your home, you can walk around naked if you want. I don't judge. And in order to decide with a clear mind if you really do need something or not, why not give yourself a 24-hour or even 48-hour waiting period before you purchase something? This gives you the chance to sleep on it, reflect, and if you decide the next day that whatever purchase you're trying to make would still make your life better, then go ahead. And aside from all the stuff you really need, don't buy anything just to flex in front of other people. I don't understand why people do this, to be honest. The people close to you don't care about status symbols, or they shouldn't at least. Otherwise, they shouldn't be close to you. And that means you have the wrong people around you, my friend. I hate to break it to you. I don't like these calendar sentences, but if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And if there are people in your room that are full of envy, or that have a small mind, or that try to f you over, like the biggest real estate influencer in Europe allegedly did with his followers, we talked about this 2 weeks ago, that's bad, my man. And of course, the probably most expensive thing you might ever experience in your life, hopefully not, but statistically about 1 in 3 people will go through that, a divorce. That can be really, really expensive. If taking personal loans in order to look rich is not the way to go, one could think that living frugally and cutting costs by any means necessary is the way to go. But not in my opinion. There are many examples in life where cheap doesn't get you anywhere, because what you pay for is what you get. Can you cut costs by managing your properties yourself? Yes, you can. But I'd rather pay a property management company to take care of my properties for me. Why? Because they increase my rent over time, and that means they make me more money than the 30 euros per month that I pay them. Can you cut costs by filing your taxes yourself? Yes, you can, with these websites that charge about 30 euros a year. But I happily pay a professional tax advisor a couple of €100 to get me thousands of euros from Finanzamt. Can you cut costs by buying the cheapest ETF out there? Yes, you can. But what is that good for if the return is bad? I'd happily pay higher fees if that means my return is a lot better, by getting tax benefits and pensions, for example. Most of the time, if you try to do something cheap, unprofessional, you have to pay another guy to fix what the first guy did wrong, which costs you a lot more than if you would have just done it professional in the first place. And that's where the German saying, if you buy cheap, you will buy twice, is coming from. What did we learn in this video? There's a reason why some people are financially successful in life and others are not. You will not be financially successful if you pay more than 8,500 euros a year in interest for your consumer loans. And you will not be financially successful if you waste hours and hours of your precious time on something instead of fixing the problem with a couple of euros. Your time has a certain value. Does that mean that there's a clear path to financial success? No. We talked about the 9 most important financial decisions of your entire life in a video before, so check that out if you're interested. But there is no clear path to financial success in life. Everyone is different. We have clients that are very successful investing in the financial markets. And we have clients that are extremely successful with real estate. They don't have a single ETF, stock, or bond. And if you wonder what is your best way to financial success, then you can book a free meeting with us on perfinex.de/meeting. I thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.